I've lived here my entire life, so I wanted a way to connect with my community a little bit better. And when I saw this opportunity, I thought, what a great way to get out and see some new people and help along the way. Make time to do these small little things. One small step created such a big thing. So it was an hour and a half out of my week, but the impact was huge. Been volunteering for, I think, as long as I can remember, probably as a kid, shoveling the local ice rink. During the pandemic, I had a lot of free time, and I'd volunteered in the past, but because it was during a lot of sports activities and all of it was canceled or on hold, I was looking for something to do. And I've lived here my entire life, so I wanted a way to connect with my community a little bit better. And when I saw this opportunity, I thought, what a great way to get out and see some new people and help along the way. The We Are All in This Together initiative was started by some people in our neighborhood, Jennifer and Travis Restoul, and they saw a need during COVID. The restaurants were struggling to keep their doors open. They started a small initiative of just taking some orders from their neighbors, and it just expanded to grow more neighborhoods, more restaurants, and more people, and it was just amazing.
Well, it started in April 2020 when the pandemic first hit, and we have close friend that owns a restaurant, and we went in to see him and we picked up his Tuesday special just to help out, and he was in need. It hit him hard, COVID, with everything shutting down, and he was the sweetest soul. So we said the next week that we would go and order lunch again, but I said, why don't we see if family and friends want something, we can porch deliver. So the next week Travis said, let's throw it on Facebook, on our Eastbridge Facebook group, and maybe we can deliver more than that. And we did that, and 150 orders later, we knew we were onto something, and we needed to help these restaurants that couldn't help themselves at this point.
I messaged Travis if he needed any help in any which way, and I'm a realtor, so I have a bit of flexible hours and could work that in. So they absolutely said, you know, we're happy to have any help, and would you be interested in driving on Tuesdays to help deliver? And I said, I'll put it in my schedule and be there. Working with the restaurants, it was really different every week, because sometimes we picked up at their restaurant or sometimes we picked up at Travis and Jennifer's house. But during the COVID time, we had to space out our pickups, and the restaurant owners or staff were so happy to see us, and whether they were behind or ahead of schedule, they just kept everything rolling and just really were appreciative that we were volunteering our time to help their business. There's a number of restaurateurs that reached out to us and just showed their appreciation, but one in particular said because of what we were doing, they were able to keep their staff employed just because of that. So it was really impactful.
You know what? It was an absolutely wonderful feeling. We were so down in the dumps. Everyone in the industry was, we were all suffering. And then all of a sudden, these two volunteers come forward and they have this great initiative, and they have volunteers behind them. They have members of different neighborhoods and communities who want to support different businesses. And that was just a big boost to everyone, not only at Morty's here, but I know with all the different restaurants, it really put a little, hop, skip, and a jump in our day. So it was absolutely wonderful.
There's a lot that went into our program, a lot of organizing, and when people ask, how did you guys continue doing it? And it was the restaurant owners, their stories, that made it easy for us to continue doing it week after week after week. This goes so beyond a financial impact when you're referring to a local business owner, because the stories that they shared with us every week, it was not so much about the financial impact, but it was how it's impacting their family and how it's impacting their workplace family. Right? For us, that was inspiration every week to continue doing it week after week after week.
It gave everybody hope. Hope for the future, hope to get back to reality, hope that our favorite restaurants were still open. It gave, me hope that we were doing something good. I think that's the same with Darrin. you know, it gave him hope that, you know, he's giving back to the community that's given to him. And I think that was the biggest impact for us.
Getting to see the people that we were delivering the lunches to, because of the time, we were really not out and about or seeing anybody. So even though we kept our distance, it was so nice to actually see smiling faces because they were not directly close to us, but they were happy, they were smiling, and it really made, I think, their day, but also my own. One in particular, they were going through some cancer treatment, and a really tough time for them as well because of situations, but they look forward to this every Tuesday because that was their one true hot meal they got every week, but they didn't have to worry about preparing or anything, so it brought a smile to her face every week. Unexpectedly, we had some recognition from multiple different levels of the government, from the Prime Minister to our MP to our local mayor. Quite moving, the fact that they recognized this small little group in Waterloo of what they were doing, and it meant a lot just to have that little piece of paper certificate, but more so that they saw that what we were doing.
You know, volunteering is so important because municipal government, federal government, provincial government can't do it all. And we need volunteers to come together, whether it be through long-standing not-for-profit initiatives or homegrown initiatives like this one that was done by Darrin, Jennifer, and Travis. I just think it was so heartwarming for them to come out and do all that work. It's so important in the community. We all have to come together.
I think the person who inspired me the most to give back would have been my father, because he used to look after the rink, the public rink at the pond, and would be out there in the middle of the wintertime flooding it and shoveling the rink so we could have a great place to skate and play hockey. And I think that's when I probably started originally realizing how much that helps, a little bit helps so many people. People helped me when I was younger, and I just want to be able to do the same thing and help them as well in any way I can. I don't think people realize how much the Realtors do for the communities. Aside from helping them buy houses, we're the hockey coaches, we're the baseball coaches, we're the people out there doing the food bank, food drives, helping our communities in many different ways. Make time to do these small little things. One small step created such a big thing. So it was an hour and a half out of my week, but the impact was huge.